So when I got out of high school, I got accepted to college, but I wanted to make money, so I went to work, and I wasn't necessarily fulfilled, so started talking to people about the military. I started thinking about my brother was in Desert Storm, my dad was in Vietnam, my uncle was in Korea, my grandfather was in World War II, and I just thought it was time to do my part. It was pre 9/11, so I just decided to enlist in the Air Force, so I just thought it was my turn to do my part, and so that's why I enlisted. Quite a few people that are close to my life that took their own life. My 18-year-old nephew took his own life a couple years ago, about 2 weeks before Christmas. Multiple firefighters I knew, one in particular was actually on my crew, took his own life. So over my 19 years in the Air Force, being Guard, Reserve, and active duty, I took multiple suicide classes, and I just kind of breezed through it, and the thing that stuck in my mind was just ask and be upfront. One day at the firehouse, I was at a different station, but there's a guy there. He's pretty upbeat, always happy, always laughing and joking, and he was in his room the whole day. And everyone would just walk by like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And that was it. And then they, as we do in the firehouse, kind of pick on each other and told him, get out of his room, stop being so mopey, stop being so sad. And I saw him go into our training room, and he was just sitting there on the computer, and he just absolutely was not himself. So I just went in there, closed the door. I was like, "So what's really going on? How are you feeling?" He's like, "I'm fine." And like the training talk spoke about, is you ask more than once. So it took about 4 times for me to ask if you're okay. And he just started breaking down and crying. And I was like, "What's going on?" And he started opening up about his home life and what was going on and with all the stressors in his life. And I was blunt, like we were kind of taught. I was like, "Do you feel like hurting yourself?" And he said, "Yes, I want to take my own life." So took the fire trucks out of service, talked to the chiefs, got a vehicle, and took him to the hospital, and he got the care he needed. He went through therapy, and now he's in a good place. So my feelings about suicide changed over the years. Initially, I thought it was a selfish act that left a lot of heartache behind. One in particular was Jeff Dills, a retired firefighter. He dealt specifically with first responders and suicide. And he explained it in such a way that you have to have such immense pain and heartache going on that your body overcomes the fight or flight, and that you're no longer scared to die. After hearing that and gaining a better understanding of the why behind it, now I just I try to do as much as I can to understand people and help them out so they don't go down that path and where they feel so alone that that's their only option. So I no longer have that idea that it's a selfless act, leaves a lot of people hurt. None of us are that special that we are the only person that's ever gone through whatever we're going through. Everyone has gone through something. So once you understand that it's okay to ask for help, it's okay to seek help. You're not going to get kicked out from the Air Force. You're not going to get shunned by your peers or your family. They're actually going to be there to help you. And you don't know that until you ask. Nobody's perfect. Doesn't matter what rank you are. Doesn't matter what job you have. We all have demons that we're battling, whether they're big or small. And it's very important to understand that and be okay with not being perfect, and understand that you need help and someone's going to be there for you to help you out. In 2004, I spent a year in Korea as active duty, and when I came back, I was in just a bad place mentally. It wasn't the best year of my life, job-wise. I was away from family. So I came back from Korea, I was alone, kind of confused of where I was going. So from 2004 to about 2012, I was just in a weird, dark spot, and I was just sick of being angry. I was just tired of, feeling alone. Work was good. I was good at work. That's where I put all my focus. I turned into a workaholic. So I kind of had, I guess, some addictions, if you will, illegal, if you will, whether it was, being addicted to work or other vices that just didn't make me feel whole. So I just got sick of being tired and angry. So I sought out help. I talked to a therapist. I started meditating, working out more, running, hiking, podcasts and books, and it really changed my life. And my wife noticed the change as well, because it all really started when I met her. I was sick of being angry and I didn't want to ruin the relationship. So that's when I sought out help, and both through my own means and through professional help. And I think further on, when I became a firefighter and saw some traumatic things, I think that put me down a rabbit hole as well of a little bit of darkness and sadness. So I'm not sure if it was PTSD or not. I just knew that I was tired of being angry and tired of holding on to things and tired of being alone. I didn't want to live my life that way anymore. I never thought about suicide, but I knew I didn't want to be in that dark spot anymore.